Intelligence is often romanticized as the ability to solve complex math problems, speak multiple languages, or rattle off trivia from memory. However, accurate intelligence is a more nuanced and multifaceted trait extending beyond IQ tests or academic achievements. High intelligence manifests subtly and often unexpectedly, from emotional sensitivity to adaptability in ambiguous situations. In this article, we will explore the signs of high intelligence, separating myth from reality and offering a deeper understanding of what it genuinely means to be intelligent. 1. Curiosity that knows no bounds. The most universal trait among knowledgeable individuals is a deep, insatiable curiosity about the world around them. They constantly ask why, how, and what if. This curiosity spans disciplines and topics and is not limited to a specific subject area. Unlike passive learners, knowledgeable people are active seekers of knowledge. They don't wait to be taught, they explore on their own. They consume books, podcasts, documentaries, and conversations like oxygen. The process of learning excites them, not just the result. This intrinsic motivation to understand more reflects a critical characteristic of intelligence, the ability to recognize what you don't know and the desire to fill in those gaps. 2. Adaptability and open-mindedness. Another significant marker of intelligence is mental flexibility, the ability to adapt to new environments, accept new information, and change one's mind in the face of compelling evidence. Intelligent people are not rigid in their beliefs. Instead, they can rethink their assumptions and adjust their views when necessary. This openness is essential in today's rapidly changing world. Intelligent individuals thrive in ambiguous or novel situations because they can process new information efficiently and recalibrate their responses accordingly. Rather than being threatened by uncertainty, they often view it as a challenge to be tackled. Being open-minded does not mean believing everything. Instead, it's the capacity to entertain new ideas without immediately accepting or rejecting them, a hallmark of a discerning and agile mind. 3. A keen sense of self-awareness. Self-awareness, knowing one's emotions, motivations, and limitations, is an increasingly vital form of emotional intelligence, EQ. Knowledgeable individuals often exhibit high levels of self-awareness, which allows them to regulate their behavior, make better decisions, and maintain healthier relationships. This awareness also manifests as intellectual humility, the understanding that no matter how much one knows, there is always more to learn. Others' success or knowledge does not threaten intelligent people. Instead, they remain humble and open to learning from everyone, regardless of status or expertise. Accurate intelligence is not arrogant, it is quiet, observant, and grounded. 4. Strong emotional intelligence. In recent years, emotional intelligence has gained traction as a critical complement to traditional intellectual metrics. EQ involves skills such as empathy, emotional regulation, and social awareness. Knowledgeable individuals often demonstrate strong emotional intelligence, allowing them to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics easily. They can read social cues, understand unspoken feelings, and respond appropriately in emotionally charged situations. This skill set enhances not only personal relationships but also professional interactions. In leadership, for example, a high IQ without emotional intelligence can lead to arrogance or poor team management. Conversely, leaders with high EQ inspire trust and foster collaboration. 5. The ability to delay gratification. Another subtle but powerful indicator of intelligence is impulse control, specifically, the ability to delay gratification. This trait is linked to executive function, a mental skill set that includes working memory, flexible thinking, and self-control. Intelligent individuals often exhibit the discipline to forego short-term pleasures for long-term gains. This can be seen in their academic, professional, or personal lives. They are more likely to invest time learning a complex skill, saving money, or making sacrifices for a better future. This type of patience and strategic thinking reflects a high level of cognitive maturity, which is essential for long-term success. 6. A good sense of humor. While it might sound surprising, a good sense of humor correlates strongly with high intelligence. Studies have shown that people who can create or understand complex jokes have higher verbal intelligence and creativity. Humor requires seeing connections between seemingly unrelated things, a skill central to abstract thinking. It also demands a quick wit, timing, and sensitivity to language and social context. Knowledgeable people often use humor to entertain and communicate complex ideas in accessible ways. Their jokes tend to be clever, nuanced, and layered, requiring others to think a little deeper to understand them. 7. An appreciation for solitude. While social intelligence is essential, many intelligent people are also comfortable being alone. In fact, solitude can be necessary for deep thinking, creativity, and self-reflection, which require uninterrupted mental space. This doesn't mean intelligent individuals are antisocial. Instead, they value solitude as a productive and rejuvenating experience, not something to be avoided. Alone time provides the opportunity to process information, generate ideas, and recharge mentally. Their ability to be alone without feeling lonely often reflects a strong inner life and independence of thought. 8. Love for learning, not just being smart. A lifelong love of learning is one of the most telling signs of accurate intelligence. Intelligent people rarely rest on their laurels or feel they've arrived intellectually. Instead, they continue to push themselves to explore new domains, skills, or perspectives. This intrinsic motivation is more important than any external validation, like grades, degrees, or job titles. Brilliant people often pursue learning opportunities outside formal structures, driven purely by curiosity and personal fulfillment. They don't just want to be perceived as smart, they want to become smarter over time. 9. Critical thinking skills. Intelligence isn't about knowing all the answers but asking the right questions. Critical thinking is evaluating information objectively, recognizing bias, identifying logical fallacies, and drawing well-reasoned conclusions. Knowledgeable individuals tend to excel in critical thinking because they can weigh multiple sides of an issue, detect inconsistencies, and avoid being easily influenced by emotional or manipulative rhetoric. They are not easily swayed by trends or herd mentality. Instead, they form their opinions using evidence, reasoning, and skepticism. 10. Creativity and original thinking. Creativity is often underappreciated in traditional definitions of intelligence. However, generating novel ideas, solutions, or perspectives is one of a person's most sophisticated mental abilities. Knowledgeable individuals often show exceptional creativity. This can take many forms, such as writing, art, problem solving, innovative business strategies, or even unique social approaches. Their creativity stems from their ability to make unusual connections, think divergently, and take intellectual risks. They don't merely absorb information, they transform it into something new. 11. Metacognition, thinking about thinking. Metacognition, or the ability to analyze and regulate one's thinking, is a key component of high intelligence. Intelligent people can often step back and evaluate their thoughts, which strategies work best for them, and how to optimize their mental performance. This level of self-regulation allows them to solve problems more efficiently, learn more effectively, and avoid cognitive pitfalls like confirmation bias or emotional reasoning. Metacognition allows a person to ask not just, "What do I think?" but also, "Why do I think that? And could I be wrong?" 12. Sense of responsibility and integrity. Intelligent individuals often exhibit a strong sense of responsibility. They understand the consequences of their actions and make decisions with long-term thinking. This goes hand in hand with moral reasoning and a desire to live by consistent ethical principles. Integrity doesn't always come with intelligence, but when it does, it's often a sign of high moral and intellectual maturity. Intelligent people are less likely to rationalize unethical behavior and more likely to hold themselves accountable. They often value truth, fairness, and justice, not just because they are taught to but because they have considered the ethical implications of their actions. 13. The ability to see patterns. Intelligent individuals often excel at identifying patterns and underlying structures, whether in numbers, language, behavior, or systems. This pattern recognition is crucial in everything from scientific discovery to strategic thinking. This ability allows them to predict outcomes, connect ideas across disciplines, and innovate in ways that others may not see. It will enable a physicist to model a complex system, a novelist to construct a compelling narrative, or an entrepreneur to spot a market opportunity. Pattern recognition is often at the core of high-level abstract thinking. Accurate intelligence is far more than a number on a test or a diploma on a wall. It's a rich, dynamic quality encompassing emotional insight, curiosity, creativity, and critical thinking. While no single trait defines intelligence on its own, the combination of many of these qualities paints a compelling picture of a brilliant mind. In today's complex world, the most intelligent individuals are not just those who know the most but those who can adapt, learn, empathize, create, and reflect. They are the thinkers, the questioners, the problem solvers, and often, the quiet observers.